Okay, now so as I introduce myself, I'm a co-host, and please call me Lou. And I'm introducing Yael, so please introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Yael. I'm in California. Lou and I met quite a few years ago in San Francisco at an improv workshop. And she said, I use improv to teach communication skills in companies. And I looked at her and I said, you're kidding. I do that in the San Francisco Bay Area. And she got involved in an organization I've been involved in since it started in 2002, the Applied Improvisation Network, which is our wonderful international community of people who use improv not for performance, it's wonderful for performance, but we use it as a tool to help people connect. And I know Bruce, who's here, is also a part of that organization. Fortunately, tends to be very divided. Different cultures, different countries, different age groups. And one of the things the pandemic has taught us, on the one hand, it's been very hard not getting together in person, but on the other hand, realizing we've got this wonderful tool of technology where we can connect across the world and across age groups and across cultures. And we're doing this. This is our way of making more peace in the world, of helping people connect, because improv is not just for performance, as I said, it's a way of life. Evelyn, why don't you go?
Evelyn!
Evelyn! Dina, you're on. You're going to have to unmute.
Dina.
Ah, Dina.
Dina. All right. And Krim, you are on.
Krim.
Krim.
It's easier for you to say itadakimasu.
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 Right.
And what are we saying?
So, like, look at this picture. So, like, when you start eating, before you start eating, you say this word.
Oh.
And if you know this word, especially Dana, when you come to Japan, like, when you start eating, when you say itadakimasu, people go like, oh, you are appreciating the food, you are appreciating the coke, and everything. So you are going to be appreciated when you say it. So itadakimasu.
Is it like a blessing for the food?
Blessing not only to the food, but also to the food, to the vegetables and meat and everything, to the earth or to the nature or to the person who is cooking and to everything.
Challenges of Zoom.
Now,
So you got to remember, itadakimasu.
You got to remember. Okay.
Yeah.
So, itadakimasu, Bruce.
Itadakimasu. Kyoko.
Itadakimasu, David.
Itadakimasu, Laura.
Itadakimasu, Koda.
Itadakimasu, Pooja.
Ikadakimasu, Robin.
Itadakimasu.
Change. 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 Co-create. No leader, no follower. Read your partner's mind. Create a silent dance together. If you find you're leading, hold back. Follow the follower is what the creator of this exercise used to say. Viola Spolin, the mother of improv. Follow the follower. This is cooperation and collaboration. Great. And now without speaking, keep going. Find a resting pose, a final pose that you and your partner silently agree on, and hold that pose. Hold that pose. Come to a stop with your partner in a final pose. Come to a stop.
I can share. I got to be with Lou. Sorry, guys. Too bad for you. But one of the things she's been doing improv for 20 years and teaching. I've been doing improv for 10 years, but always as a student. But anyway, so the difference of leading and following kind of became, important. And then also that brought us to a cultural difference of Japanese culture tends to reward a following nature, and American culture tends to reward that leading nature. And that's a big difference that we talked about.
Yeah.
But the typhoon is coming, it's just the news. But I could have taken it as a bad news. But I could take it as a good news. So news is just a fact or event. But people take it in their brain, automatically they take it as a good news or bad news. And if you take it as a good news, you can be happier. If you take it as a bad news, you become unhappy. So let's play.
Who's ever been in a meeting where someone says an idea and someone else says, that'll never work, or that's dumb, or, ugh, we've tried that. Not going to happen, right? And that's, that's not going to work. We but each other all the time. In improv, we don't want to do that. We yes and. We say, oh, that's an interesting idea. And we're going to add to it. Bruce, who's here, has made a career and a lifetime of helping people be creative and spur creative ideas and accept people's ideas and build on each other's ideas. And so this is something I know he uses in his work a lot. I use, Lou uses it. Lou wrote a book in Japanese called Yes and. So it's a very important improv principle. And we are going to learn we're going to do an exercise that'll show us the difference between if you take a positive approach, a yes and approach, versus a negative approach. So here's another English idiom. I have a glass of water here. You can't really see it because of my background. Let's say the water's up to this halfway line. You could look at it as half full if you're optimistic, or half empty if you're a pessimist. So yes and is like half full, optimist. Take it away, Lou.
Okay, so I'm ready for the breakout room. But before you go to the breakout room, I'm going to tell you. So you're going to be 4 or 3 people in the room. And with the announcement, I send you a news. First of all, you want to take it as a bad news. So right here, maybe we can just play around with it. So the typhoon is hitting this weekend. The typhoon is coming this weekend. The bad news is, can you take it as a bad news? Anybody? The typhoon is coming this weekend. The bad news is?
The wedding is canceled.
Good. Not good, but good. So the bad news is the wedding is canceled. The wedding is canceled. The bad news is maybe you can start collaborating. this is the last music. Let's collaborate. Wonderful! Finito! Thank you! That was wonderful.
Yay, we actually all found a final movement together. Awesome.
Yes, looks wonderful.
Yay.
So now I think within a team again, like maybe you can just have a debrief of this exercise as well as good news and bad news.
2, 3. Yes. And life. Anyone have an aha of how this might apply to life in general? Think about that for a moment. Yeah, Kayoko.
Yeah, I really like the last game. And I had this feeling of, I don't know if I can explain well, but after, so deciding 3 motions in group and came back to the main room, and you started doing, one movement for one song. And at that time I was looking for the people from my group, and when I found 2 of us, I was like, oh, you 2 are there, and I'm moving same as them. And it was just like when I was in overseas and why I found Japanese people, and
Wow.
we are from the same side and we share the same culture kind of feeling. But after collaboration started, it didn't matter anymore for me, and everybody was doing the same movement, but individually very different, but same, very creative feeling I got. And it's so, I don't know, symbolic of communicating beyond the different background, and it was really interesting. Thank you very much.
That's such a good point when you're in a big group and you see your people. Those are my teammates. Yay.
Yeah. So like, hi, I'm doing the same. It is also good, and it's also good to it's also good that I don't care whose people is from the same side or the other side. Yeah.
Yes.
Both is good.
Absolutely. Anyone else want to share something you learned that you might apply to life? Yeah, Dina.
Yes, I love the good news, bad news, and I can definitely apply it to my life because it's actually spiritual principles that I live by. The glass half empty or half full. And when Lou was talking about a circumstance or an event that happens in my life, I have a choice to either make the most of it and be happy about it, or I can cry and resist reality and be upset. And those are moment-to-moment choices that I can make in my life. And I love it.